So Connie, now we're talking about water heaters, and of course,
Water heater segment.
yes, water heater segment. So in California, the typical is to have a natural gas powered water heater. Now there are electric water heaters, of course, but this is the very usual that I see during an inspection. And in California, there are all kinds of requirements for a properly installed water heater, because in California, we're always concerned about seismic activity, earthquakes.
Right.
So any type of a gas appliance, it's very specific as to how it's installed.
So how would you find out first whether it's a gas or electric powered?
Okay, so you would look, in this particular case, this is actually the gas line. So in an electric unit, there's typically a power cord that's coming off the top of the unit. So
It's obvious then.
yeah, so if you see a gas line, it's gas. If you don't see a gas line, it's more than likely an electric unit.
Gotcha.
And again, the power cord will be up on top in a conduit similar to that. So
Okay.
this is a very common natural gas water heater. Literally, because of all of the requirements in California, I fail about 95% of the water heaters I install. And I mean literally water heaters that could have been installed yesterday, okay? A lot of homeowners either install these on their own, or they hire somebody off the street to install a water heater.
Okay.
And there's really so many specific criteria that it should be a licensed plumber who's installing the water heater, and technically it should be permitted. Now, a lot of people don't permit when they change out their water heaters, but let's talk about a few of the key elements of a properly installed water heater.
Gotcha.
Now, this isn't all.
And you can also specify the red flags that you see here.
Absolutely. So in California, if the water heater is less than 75-gallon capacity, and this is a 40-gallon water heater, so this is less than 75 gallon, it's required to have 2 straps, and it's required to be blocked or braced in the back. Now in this particular case, we do have straps that are properly positioned, although this one technically should be 4 inches above this control panel that's closed. But you can't see it, but it's not blocked in the back. Blocking is typically a piece of 2x4 or some sort of wood that prevents, again, in the time of an earthquake, the tank won't sway. So this is missing the vertical blocking. And now if this was 75 gallons or larger, it actually requires 3 straps. And I see that defect all the time in larger homes, especially here in Yorba Linda or Anaheim Hills, these big, beautiful 3,000-4,000 square foot homes that have 75-gallon tanks, and they only have 2 straps. You need 3 straps, so that's an automatic defect. This is the temperature, pressure, release valve, and this is actually installed perfectly. If the tank if it gets too hot, needs to discharge, the temperature or pressure is too great, water will be discharged through this and it will come out, terminate on the floor. So this again is perfectly installed. We talked earlier, this is a natural gas fuel. Now this is missing what's called a sediment trap or drip leg, which typically would be installed about here, and that allows for the gas to be filtered as it's going through the system. So the trap catches material that you don't want flowing through the system. So it just makes it work more efficiently and last longer. Now this is a ream. Again, it's a 2013, but handwritten in, installed in 2014. So this is the data plate. All water heaters have data plates. And it's very important, again, to look at your data plate and understand if the tank is sized properly. This particular house has 3 bathrooms and a kitchen, of course. So a 40-gallon unit would be typically what I would see, 40 to 50 gallon. So essentially the number of bathrooms really drives how large the tank needs to be. Again, if we're talking about 4, 5, 6, 7 bathrooms, that's when we start getting into 75-gallon tanks and above.
Okay.
Now, we're also talking about this is a tanked water heater. Of course, today it's very common to see tankless water heaters, and we'll cover that on another segment.
Absolutely. I'm learning a lot. Now I'm going to go home, check our own water heater, and see if it's been properly installed. So it's good to know.
And these need to be maintained like anything else. Once a year,
Oh.
it should be drained and cleaned and new water put into it. That will help extend the life. So if you're not draining the tank every year, you're not going to get the same kind of life that you would out of it if you were properly maintaining it. You can't just forget about it. If you do, you're going to shorten the life.
I don't know. We need that. We need to maintain that.
Yeah, so you can go on Google, but bottom line is you're going to turn off the power source, whether it's gas or electric. You're going to wait a while. You're going to attach a hose to this bib right here. You're going to let all the cold water drain out, and that's going to flush all of the
40 times,
material.
all 40
all 40
gallons.
gallons. You want it completely empty, and then you're going to fill it back up, and that's kind of your annual maintenance on a tanked water heater.
Wow.
Yep.
Can a hose, regular hose?
Yep, just hook up. Yep, the hose will hook up right to that spigot or.
See, I'm learning a lot from you, Doug.
No, that's good.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Until the next segment.
Absolutely, thank you.
Folks, we learned a lot, and if you want to learn more about different parts of the home inspection, we'll be covering a lot of those. So check us out, come back again. And if you need a very capable and very excellent home inspector, Doug Pauling is the guy. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.